Before I show the effects of the Phantom Thieves' real decision, it's time to show what would happen if they, or rather Joker, had accepted Maruki's reality. I'm going to be showing this from the first chance you had to get this ending, even though the ending itself is the same. Before we start, I want to stress one thing. A lot of footage online labels this as the new third semester bad ending. According to the developers, it is not officially one. In fact, it still gives you the gold trophy for beating the main story. You can get that trophy, the path chosen, in 3 ways. The vanilla Yaldabaoth ending, the fighting Maruki royal ending, or accepting Maruki's reality. All 3 of them are considered valid endings by the developers. So I'll be referring to this as Maruki's ending instead. And here it is.
For the sake of Yoshizawa-san, and the rest of your friends, I ask you to give me your answer. Oh, what a relief. You'll accept this world?
No. Please tell me you're not serious.
Really? I'm just so happy that you've come to see things my way. You don't need to worry about anything anymore. Just leave the rest to me.
What's wrong? You seem out of it. Who? Come on, wake up, Mr. Party Planner. This whole get-together was your idea.
You know, something hit me a while back. We're the same age. You don't have to be so polite to me.
Oh, you're right. But, Futaba-senpai, I still think of you that way.
Then as your senpai, I order you to speak casually to me. And no senpai.
Got it. Hi, Futaba? Was that, casual enough?
Confirmed for casual.
Thank you, Futaba-senpai. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
There's the
I
proper
mean,
speech again.
my bad.
It's no biggie. Just go with whatever's easier for you. Your senpai allows it.
Attention, everybody! It's Ehomaki time! I'm gonna do my thing. Just gotta make a wish, then eat this whole thing in one shot. So, what direction am I supposed to face for this to be good luck? It says that's north-northwest of here, and a bit to the right, so... roughly that way.
How much is a bit, though?
I'll figure it out. Don't say a word to me until I'm done, got it? I gotta eat the whole thing without talking for the wish to come true. Watch this!
Do we actually have to watch this?
I'd be hard-pressed to call this picturesque.
Do you really think eating an entire roll of sushi could grant your wish?
I prefer throwing beans for luck. Drive them demons away. Sojiro, you be the demon this year.
And are you going to be the one who cleans up afterwards?
Come on, Ryuji-senpai. You can do it.
Thanks.
Oh,
Oh,
Good grief.
Well, that's Ryuji for you.
Sorry.
me too. But I really do appreciate all of my senpai cheering me on.
That's right, we're cheering you on. We've got your back no matter what. After all, this is where you belong.
Yeah, we'll always be together. And that goes for all of you.
fine. I'll just try again.
Still at it, huh?
So we'll always be together, huh? I sure hope so.
That was quite the bash. Nice work putting that all together. You can take it over for another party whenever you'd like. Hey, can I ask you something? So, I've been thinking for a while now, if it's good with you. And I'll make sure to talk to your parents about it too, okay? But at least until you're done with high school and all. Would you maybe like to keep staying at the cafe? And maybe even after graduation, you could... What do you say? Really? Well, I'd better get the ball rolling tomorrow then. Things sure are cooking up around here.
Congratulations on graduating, you two!
Thanks.
Makoto's last big speech as council president got me all teared up. That was such a nice ceremony.
Hey, let me see.
Okay.
You gotta do that to be officially graduated.
Aren't you feeling even a bit sentimental? This year really flew by, didn't it? We made so many memories together. I might even remember those better than what we did in school.
Yeah. But it is gonna suck not seeing you two at school anymore.
Don't worry, I'll be attending here starting in April.
For real?
I'll be bringing the lunches, so you better get psyched. Sojiro's gonna teach me how to cook.
Oh right, you're gonna be here too.
Don't forget about me either. Maybe I should become a high schooler as well.
Ooh, will you? That sounds like fun!
Perhaps I should also transfer to Shujin.
Makoto-senpai! Haru-senpai!
You came to the ceremony?
I wanted to tell you, in person. Congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you. I have an idea. Why don't we take a group picture?
Oh yeah!
And I'll serve as your cameraman.
Akechi-kun! We haven't seen you since the pep rally. I've been meaning to ask, what are your plans after high school, Akechi-kun?
I'm thinking about going freelance. Considering how busy I've been up to now, I think I've earned at least a year or so of taking it easy.
Don't turn into a shut-in. Got it?
Thanks for the warning. Now, everyone gather up over there.
Would you rather I take that for you? You're all friends, right? Okay, ready? Say cheese.
Hey, how's it look? Let me see, let me see! I'd like to see it too! I'm glad we all fit.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a bunch!
Okay, there's a lot to go over with this ending. To start, one thing I find really creepy about it is just the fact that the moment Joker agrees to this reality, Maruki doesn't take anybody else's opinion into account. He just snapped his fingers and then bang, actualization happened. It's implied that Joker is the only one in the new reality who remembers anything, But then there's that weird effect that happens after Maruki walks away from the photograph. There's a few things that could mean. You could take that to mean that Joker realizes that something is wrong here, or that could be the actualization finally fully taking effect on Joker and him accepting this reality entirely, and all his old memories being erased. But speaking of being erased, there's an aspect of this ending that I really want to discuss, as I don't think it gets enough attention. The fact that in Maruki's ideal reality, nobody remembers that he existed. I find this fascinating because it's a common character flaw for therapist or counselor type characters to be so concerned with the happiness of others they forget to take care of themselves. This, I feel, is the most extreme logical extension of that. In Maruki's ideal reality, everyone is happy, and he doesn't exist. You could take that as him simply not wanting thanks for what he's done or not wanting to be worshipped like a god, but I personally see it as, in the end, Maruki does have a lot of self-loathing and feels that maybe he is the only one in this world who doesn't deserve happiness. On the subject of Maruki in that photo though, the way he walks away from that shot is a lot more depressing knowing that Billy Kamet's passed away. I saw that clip making the rounds on Twitter that day. A more commonly discussed aspect of this ending is Sumire now going by Kasumi. This doesn't make a lot of sense if you choose this ending in February rather than January, when Sumire has already resolved to live as herself and Maruki knows this. But it's still a little disturbing in the sense that, in this reality, Sumire as an identity is completely dead, and it's kind of your fault. Speaking of which, Akechi is a completely different person in this ending. He, as himself, is also essentially dead, as he's been replaced by something that vaguely resembles the Detective Prince lie, but also just a bit more of a generic friendly guy. He's pretty much no longer Akechi. On the subject of Akechi though, there is something about this ending that I've always wanted to talk about, and that is that, you know how when you reject Maruki's reality in January, you have to fight Sumire because she can't accept that? I wish that if you chose to accept the reality, you had to fight Akechi. I just think that, logically, Akechi would not take that lying down. He wouldn't go without a fight. It would have been hard to implement, and it may have hurt the sympathy for this ending in the minds of the developers, especially since Akechi is very popular in Japan, perhaps too popular to have a Shin Megami Tensei style fight with. It probably wouldn't be to the death, but again, I think it is in character for Akechi to attack Joker over that decision, but that's just wishful thinking on my part. To those who've played other Persona games, or seen my Persona 3 videos, this ending reminds me a lot of Persona 3's bad ending, in the sense that it's full of scenes of the party goofing off together as friends, that would otherwise be considered harmless fun, but with the context of everything they've been through, and all of that development essentially being erased, they suddenly take on a very unsettling feeling. Here also we see some of the third semester's implicit jabs at the fanfiction community, because this is the only ending where Sojiro outright offers Joker to stay in LeBlanc, which is a very, very common wish by fans. Though interestingly, this is also the only ending where you get to see Makoto and Haru graduate. The story's a little preoccupied with other things in the rest of the endings, so it's at least nice you get to see what this looks like, since it probably still canonically happened in the other endings. Speaking of unseen things, this is the closest we ever come to seeing what Makoto and Saya's dad canonically looks like, though he's still mostly out of frame. And the final shot in this ending, where you can see Akechi and Joker looking at the camera, and Akechi has this kind of smile on his face, a lot of people take that to mean Akechi is somewhat aware of this new reality, and is glaring at the player, saying, "You did this." If you can't tell by now, I don't personally agree with this ending, but again, according to the developers, it is considered a valid option, and you do need to see it at least once to unlock its credits theme, Ideal and the Real End version in the Thieves' Den. It's a really good song, by the way. But if you think that ending is bad, it's about to get worse, because now I want to show what missing Maruki's deadline looks like. And I'll just warn you, this kills a lot of sympathy from Maruki in many people's minds.
Hey. Must we?
Senpai? No.
Isn't tomorrow when we meet with Dr. Maruki?
We couldn't secure our route to the treasure in time. To think we'd have this much trouble.
I'm not entirely certain, but I wonder if our problems that we really can't deny Dr. Maruki's reality.
Mako-chan.
Hey, don't be all down like that. Come on, say something.
At any rate, tomorrow's the day, right? We'll be speaking with Dr. Maruki, regardless of the answer.
She's right. We just have to reach a decision by tomorrow. Let's call it a day for now.
Seems like you can't reach a decision. In all honesty, I really wanted you to accept my gift of your own free will. But I see that demanding a decision from you is only making you suffer. That was never my intention, so don't worry. There's no need to obsess over it anymore. I'll bring you your happiness. Pleasant dreams. For as many days or years as you may have.
So yeah, Maruki essentially put Joker in a fate worse than death of waking up every morning and then going back to sleep. Out of a twisted sense of kindness because he thinks that Joker taking so long to come to a decision means that the very act of making choices is too painful for him. It really illustrates the ultimate issues with Maruki making judgment calls for all of humanity. And it's also implied the Velvet Room entirely ceases to exist here. Despite the fact that all of the other missed deadlines involve Joker getting messily shot in the head, this one more than any of them, I feel, hammers in the sensation that you failed. I think it's the fact that you get the thieves all together discussing how maybe in the end they weren't able to reach the end of the palace because subconsciously, maybe they didn't want to reject Maruki's reality. After I found many of the other missed deadlines disappointing, this one makes up for it, though that's probably not a good thing as it is one of the most disturbing things in the series, I think. But with all the depressing stuff out of the way, next time it's time for catharsis, as we will witness the true final battle with Maruki and the outcome of the Phantom Thieves' decision.